Did streamer Aiden Ross accidentally expose Andrew Tate's secret plan? Well, that is what X is saying. Check this out. Aiden Ross accidentally revealed that Andrew Tate will be escaping Romania. Now, if you aren't caught up on the Andrew Tate saga, he has a ton of crazy charges against him that are very serious. They have nothing to do with TikTok and all the nonsense that the Tucker Carlsons didn't really press him on, or Candace Owens didn't press him on. These are serious charges, serious allegations, witnesses involved, and I think his court date is coming up soon. But he reached out to Aiden Ross about doing some content together, and Aiden Ross went on stream and said this.
Andrew had hit me up. He said, hey, I'm going to be leaving Romania soon and probably never coming back. If you want to come over and do a week of long streams and content before I leave, I think it'll be big. And I'm sorry, he said it's basically now or never. And this is just, I told you guys this year, it's a week of content, right? And again, guys, it might be the last time we ever do this. So it's kind of like we got to take advantage of it now because, hey, bro, it's basically like, yeah, it's like that.
That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy. He said, I'm leaving Romania and never coming back.
So is he not doing well on his case?
I mean, who knows? He'll tell you and tell the Tucker Carlsons and Candace Owens that he's doing great and there is no case. But anyone that's ever took a little bit of time to look at what he's being charged for, what he said out of his own mouth, the multiple witnesses that have come forth.
Yikes.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't know. But it could go really bad for him, to say the least.
And then where would he be able to flee to? Not America. He wouldn't be able to go. He would have to find another weird, obscure country. He says
he has like 10 passports. He said that like multiple times, so he can go to a number of countries. You know what I mean? Listen, I know the tater tots are going to be like, dude, Andrew Tate is innocent, bro. Bunch of women lied. Okay, here's the thing.
He made them entrepreneurs.
He made them entrepreneurs. He's founded so many small businesses of women-owned businesses. Here's the thing. When a man out of his own mouth repeatedly tells you, I have a pimping hoe degree, and teaches you how to manage OnlyFans models, and teaches you how to extort them and not properly compensate them by managing their stuff, never putting anything in their game, making them, telling him about taxes that he's not really paying out of his own mouth. And this is the same exact things that he's being charged for, despite what he would have Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens believe. When you look at what he has said publicly, the courses that he has launched, and what he's being charged for, you got to be extremely naive to think that by the new definition of human trafficking, by the new definition, not I tied someone up, Eminem style, I tied someone up and put him in my trunk and drove him across state lines. That's not what trafficking is anymore. Like, trafficking is pimping. That's what trafficking is. And this is digital pimping. That is what it is. If you are not showing these women the books, if you are taking a higher percentage than you know you're taking, if they are not free to come and go as they please, if you're using this lover boy method, that is pimping. What do you think pimps do? You think pimps tie up women and put them in dungeons? You think that's what pimping is? That's not what pimping is. You've never known a pimp. I've known quite a few pimps. That went to jail. Pimps are very charismatic and charming people that don't have to really physically hold people hostage like that. That's what a pimp is. Iceberg Slim. You know what I mean? And so those of you guys that are detached from the reality and you think that Andrew Tate is innocent, I mean, I just think you're extremely naive and you really have no understandings of this world. I know two folks that have, this man Zach pulled up a bunch of, bro, what do you got here, bro?
Baby, if you ever wonder why it's raining so hard, it's because I'm dripping, baby. Dripping. It's purple.
So this is a caricature of a pimp.
Yeah.
This ain't real pimps. Like, real pimps are very industrious. They're very entrepreneurial, right? I know two buddies that I've known for decades.
Yep.
One of which went to jail, one of which didn't. The one that went to jail, he went to jail on a pimping case, you know, and it's a different psychology to it. It's a different psychology. Look up, I don't know how much of a quote unquote pimp he really was, but look up Sharp's soft white underbelly video. Like, that's the ism, like the mentality there is not, I have to lock you up in a dungeon and make you do these things. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
Right now, My other buddy, he changed and built a business, built multiple businesses, and is doing multiple six figures and is doing amazing. You know, he's doing amazing.
That's good.
So I don't know if he's guilty, by the way. I don't know. I do know that if you think he's innocent, if you're so certain that he's innocent, you're extremely naive. You see how there's a difference there? I'm not saying I know for a fact he's guilty. I don't know. I'm saying based on the evidence and based on anyone that's looked at this stuff, you're extremely naive if you're certain that he's innocent. You're extremely naive. You are a fanboy. That's what you are. Like, you're straight up a fanboy. So I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying it may go that way, and some of you guys may be shocked that when these verdicts come down, or when more evidence is presented, that it may not look good for him. You know, and I think having a guy like Aiden Ross speaking on your behalf is like not what someone like Andrew Tate should be doing right now.
You gotta admit though, the Aiden Ross Andrew Tate friendship is kind of wholesome.
I'm glad he got Aiden doing push-ups. I'm glad about the stuff he says regarding masculinity. I think there's a lot of stuff he says that's spot on.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of stuff he says that's good, and there's some stuff he says that's not good. And specifically anything he said 4 years ago about his pimping class, about his pimping hoe degree, about his how to manage OnlyFans models, all that stuff is terrible. All that stuff is terrible, and it's wrong, and it is the definition of digital pimping.
You know what's crazy though?
It is. Yeah.
He's kind of been around just long enough, Andrew Tate, to where people aren't really thinking about all the pimping stuff that he was first getting known for and like in trouble for. Well, he first got in trouble for like all the controversial takes and being a caricature. And then that stuff came out and it was like all at the same time. Oh, he's a terrible person. But now he's kind of been around long enough to where he's kind of this like public figure that's catching a lot of
that's what good branding and messaging does.
Yeah.
Because you become bigger than your lowest points.
Yeah.
Right. So you grow beyond the lowest point. So I think I don't know. I don't want to speak to his heart, but like I'm assuming some of the Islam stuff had to do with it. I'm assuming him going on Piers Morgan probably had to do with it. He definitely rebranded and he did a good job.
Smooth.
He did a good job. But and by the way, and check this out. And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he may not even have known that what he was doing when he was doing it was pimping.
Yeah.
He may not even known that was sex trafficking. He may have thought
this is a lucrative way to make money.
An entrepreneurial venture.
Yeah.
I handle the chats.
Yeah.
So all these degenerate dudes are chatting with him and his brother initially.
Yep.
I handle the cameras in the warehouse.
Yeah.
And I control the money. Not knowing that is extortion. Not knowing that the Loverboy method is extortion. He may have not known that. Like if I had to steel man him, he may have not known that. But to say that he didn't do that, like, is crazy. To be like, he didn't do any of it. He didn't have any webcam girls ever working for him. He didn't say that he controlled their money. Y'all are really naive. Y'all are really naive if you think that's true. We see according to the Bible that prayer is extremely important in terms of us being transformed from the inside out when we get aligned with God's will. For the Christians watching this channel, I want you guys to implement these spiritual disciplines in your day-to-day life. And the only way I've been able to do this consistently is through writing down my prayers in a prayer journal that does a few things. One, it allows me to reflect and come to God humbly and ask Him to move on my behalf. And two, it allows me to document my prayers, which ultimately help me remember the very things that I was praying for and see the hand of God tangibly in my life when He answers them. So I would urge you, consider writing down your prayers. It could be in a blank notebook. It could even be on your phone. Or you could check out the one I personally designed and used for my own quiet time and spiritual discipline that I think will be a huge blessing. It's the exact structure and system that I've used for years to pray and be more consistent in my spiritual disciplines. You can pick yours up today by clicking the link in the pinned comment below. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.